Well, we'll do a short video today. I'm gonna clean up some of these tops as best as I can. They're kind of a mess getting ahead of me. And I got company today. So
Hey, man.
he
Is this the biggest mess you've ever seen in the woods in your life?
we kind of had a theme we were thinking about before, but I can't remember what it was. But we have one event that I have to do.
What?
Gotta fire up that one saw.
Oh, okay. We're popping a cherry today.
This whole thing is going to get some time. It's been a long time since this has been run on the channel. Bob's got to laugh at me on this. This is where I basically built a 560 piece by piece by piece. I spent more money.
I did one of those for a 560.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that I got the short block on the fact that he's got one too. What it was by mistake, a few narrow mount short blocks with the crank stuffers in the silver case for the 560s were sent into the country, and so they started shipping them out. And he got one, and he told me, I said, "Oh, you're crazy. They didn't do that. There's no way that could be there." And then I found out that I had one, so I called up on it and I talked to customer service, and they said, "Well, okay, we'll get the right one out. Yeah, some of those went out by mistake." And she says, "So you could just go ahead and destroy that."
Destroy it.
So I said, "Yeah, all right, I'll destroy it." So I built myself a 560, and I didn't bring it with me today. The theme today was supposed to be winter playing in the woods. I brought a bunch of saws with the heated handles, and so I built a 560 XPG with electrical components from a 562G that suffered a mishap in the woods, and for whatever reason, the 560 XPG decal for the starter was actually in stock, so I got that on there.
Well, in stock means it was in Bob's store. It's not in stock anywhere else on the freaking planet.
Well, no, I ordered it from, they had them. I don't know why they would have them there. But,
On the distributor.
Well, there is no distributor. It comes from Husky Direct.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in any event, so I don't know how far down in the hole we were here. So I got a couple more. I got a 670 with heated grips. Early twin coil model, it's really nice, and then I got a 262G up there too. But we came down, this was just a scout. I had no idea what this little journey was going to be. It's like, I got the 550 here, I don't need to go back there for 2 more saws. And even though I got my Grand Cherokee, I'm not too sure about some of the ground clearance.
Yeah,
with all these muddy ruts here from the logging operation. So this is just going to be playing the woods for a while. It's supposed to get some snow later. As soon as the snow starts, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But that's not till 4 o'clock. We should be all right.
So this actually is interesting. This is a brand new, I think it was 2017 or 18.
I don't know.
It was the first year.
Tag.
372, I'm sorry, 572.
There you go. What does that say?
We got to put our glasses on.
Yeah, we're getting old. He's talking about all kinds of trees that, this little cherry, and this is going to be a great tree in 10 or 15 years. It ain't going to be here.
18.
Okay, so it's in 18.
So
It's like 5 years.
Yes, it's been sitting in the closet for 5 years, and I don't know if we should put this on camera, but you realize the first 572 with a heated handle that I ever ran was that time we did a get together at your place.
Yeah.
When you had the pre-production ones.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep. Yeah, we were in the prototype program, so we got all kinds of stuff before they were on the market. It was just fun. It was fun, and the back and forth and filling out the evaluation forms and measuring stuff and plugging it in and all that. Regularly giving them readings on the, with the fuel settings and everything work. That was a lot of fun. So I finally, every winter I say, if you're into the collecting thing, you know, the G models, because of their rarity, are just always more interesting. I've got about 10 of them. I go back to, I got a 154 SG. So I got a lot of interesting saws, but I never run them because there's always like the new saw or something that I just built, and you always got like something that's jumping the queue that you got to put running time on. So now there is no more of that, and I'm actually thinning out and getting rid of most of the collection and just keep all my favorites. I mean, I don't need 15 372s, so I've been selling those. They all got different, like, you know, this cylinder and that and everything else. It's kind of crazy. But where most of that came from, I didn't even want him to turn the camera on. It won't shut up.
Wait a minute, not me won't shut up.
This is a
This is a core dump.
Well, yeah, this is a caffeine speech, I think. But you know, there was so many times where somebody would have a saw that wiped or whatever for whatever reason. They straight gassed it. There's a lot of saws in really nice shape, but you know, 3 out of 4 people don't want to put money into a saw, you know, with parts that list and labor and everything to rebuild it. So they would just like, they walk away from it. You can have it, and then they buy a new saw. And so, most of these saws were just too nice to not fix. And any saw that was sitting around and wasn't running, I had to make it run. So I ended up with a stupid amount of saws. So anyway, that's thinning down.
So should we try to fire it?
Yeah, go ahead. Turn the heat on.
Turn it on. All right.
What you'll find with these, they get warm, but like we're going to be busting up tops, and you'll lot of on and off the throttle. If you get you feel them getting warm, but they won't get real warm. If you get into some bigger cuts, you know, that thing's going full speed, and then the handles will really warm up. That 670 I got, you do a couple really big cuts with that, and you got to turn it off. It actually gets too warm.
Well, I'm wondering if I could run it with bare hands today, or thin gloves.
Well, that's the idea.
Let's see if we can get the fire first. Jeez. Of course, it's been sitting for 5 years.
It's got a heartbeat.
I got a question for you. This is actually a great time to talk about it.
What?
How do you recommend breaking in a saw?
Just work it.
Just work it?
Yeah.
Nothing special. I like to do a couple of heat cycles. I didn't So basically the strategy here is I just pick a path across where on the one side I think it'll be firewood side, on the other side it's a brush pile. And then I work down the side if I need to, if I have brush like I have. And then just cut a path, pick and move. And I'll do that to every one of these tops over time. And that'll be firewood for next year, the year after, and the year after that. Well, he's already got one done. You want to finish off this one right here?
What's that?
You want to finish that one off and I'll start into the mess?
All right.
Basically, I just cut a path through where one side is small, the other side is big, and just make little chunks and cut my way through.
All right.
I'll go set the camera down the other end and you can do that one. A lot of work out here, a lot of saw work. And while he's finishing that stuff over there, I'm going to come back here and nip some of these small trees. I'm going to start working on that big pile. See, this stuff right here is actually saw logs. So once I get this broke down some, I'll come back and skid out a bunch of this stuff. He's like, what am I doing? You could be in there for a while. There. See, I'm still in the same first tank of gas. So in terms of actual time running. That's not really fair, but it's a lot, in my mind, easier to deal with right now than my little hot rod 572. And if this continues, this might turn into an actual production saw instead of a get-together saw. Right now I just want to keep it clean, you know. But this is the heated handle. It's a G version. And there's a little switch right there. And that turns on the coils for the handle. It runs really nice. But yeah, it has, in my mind, 572 power. And it has that new saw feel where it's nice and crisp. It's hard to believe I let it sit for 5 years. I did. But I'm not going to let this one ride in the truck. I'll stay inside. I'll keep it clean, blow it off with air and stuff like that. Kind of like I've done with my 2172, which is the other cut shelf. Actually, I'll probably bring those two out sometime and let them play. This has got a new C85 chain because this is the 058 bar. Most of what I had was the 05 bar. But this is what I have in the truck in terms of work bar and chains, and what I have spare chains for. So that's why I have it. Otherwise, I have both. The one thing I've noticed is the hand does get warm, and my hands are sweaty. Figure that one out. Whereas before, I get, you know, a lot of sweat in my hands. I don't understand. For whatever reason, having a little extra heat in there does make it more comfortable. It's no doubt. I'm not sure how to go barehanded. It's about 28 degrees out. Nice saw. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this saw. There's a whole lot right about this saw, so I think I'll keep using it. Yeah, that's a good saw. See, there's 3 trees in there. So you can see where I can get to the first one now. I can get to the second. And then this one right here I'll clean up. So I can hook onto them with a skidder and just pull them out.
I was mostly going with no gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get a better grip on everything. And I wasn't off the saw long enough to really get cold.
Break time yet? Go back and load up a fuel.
Huh?
Break time yet?
All right.
All right. So I put the 572 away with its 24-inch bar and heated handle, and I got this saw that I haven't run in a while. It's got like a 16-inch bar on it, maybe an 18, I can't remember. It's small. So let me see how much I miss having a 28-inch bar working with that saw in this stuff, because that's one of the things. It's like if you don't have a 28 or a long 30-inch bar, or you're bending over or doing something. I got a kick. Somebody made a big point of that in their video, and why would someone ever do that and then 5 minutes later they're down on the ground? Well, the problem with my work is I'm on the ground a lot, especially the felon. You know, very, very small percentage of the work I do is something where I'm standing up and can reach down with a bar. I got a lot of this stuff, and honest with you, I like having a 24-inch bar in here. I do. Sometimes though, in the past, I went to a smaller bar, and then I kept getting longer bars. So now I'm back to a short bar because it's what's on the saw. I'm kind of curious to see how I feel now after several years of running the 28 and 24. Yeah, he's about run out of gas. He's over in the middle of that somewhere. I just finished up this one, and that is essentially a 560, which is a small mount 562. Yeah, I built that, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, I guess now, in new bits and pieces here and a few used there, junk pile. Funny thing is I spent more money building that saw than had at the time I just bought a 2260 John thread. So one of those live and learns. The chain is one of those Tractor Supply off-brand chains. I think it cut good. But the subject at hand is small bar versus big bar. And how much did I miss having a 24 or 28 inch bar doing this kind of work? And the answer is some, but not much. What I gained in having not a clumsy saw, a nice nimble little saw, that was a positive. The negative was a few times I had to go reach either down or up or across. I can think of 4 or 5 times where I wish I had a longer bar, but for the rest of it, most of the work was just waist high. You know, the reach I have with that saw is enough to do 90% of this, right? So anyway, having said that, sure, a few more inches on the bar probably would help. And I'll go through the process of trying to develop the build, the configuration on that saw to where I really like working in these type of conditions, cleaning up these tops. I only have another 100 to do. So maybe a Oregon speed cut or a Suji 24. So 20 or a 24 inch bar is where I'll go next. Haven't decided which. And then we'll do some more. But yeah, a few more inches would have been nice. But like I said before, 90% of it I did fine just with that bar right there. And I think the trick is to get a little more reach, but not so much bar length where it becomes clumsy, where you start hanging it in the brush and the branches. That's the trick. So, yep, here comes Bob. I think we're done for the day. Bye.